What would you do if you see or hear someone collapse who is not responsive? You know to call 911, but did you know that if you start continuous chest compressions, the new CPR without mouth-to-mouth breathing, that you will double the person's chance of survival? Continuous chest compression CPR is a new technique that is easier to learn, easier to perform, and more effective than traditional CPR that recommended rescue breathing. And you do not need to be certified to perform this life-saving procedure. If you witness someone collapse from sudden cardiac arrest, taking prompt action could save their life by following these simple steps. First, place the person on his back on a hard surface. Check for responsiveness by shaking and shouting at the person or rubbing their chest bone hard with your knuckles. The person's clothing is not removed. Next, command someone to call 911.
Call 911.
Or make the call yourself. Then begin chest compressions.
You aim for the center of the chest, usually between the nipples. You put the heel of one hand there. You put the heel of the other hand on top of there, and you lock your elbows. And the reason for that is that no one is strong enough to do 100 compressions a minute. And then you put your shoulders immediately over the center of the chest and you fall, compressing it about 2 inches.
It's important that the hands are lifted from the chest after each compression.
Now that's because the recoil of the chest, that causes a little vacuum in the chest, causes air to go in and blood to come back.
It's also important to pump on the chest fast at a rate of 100 times per minute. An easy way to maintain that beat is to think of a disco song like Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
It turns out that if you try to do 100 times a minute, even if you're not perfect, you have the best chance of getting the most flow.
It is a jab, 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 rapid pumping action to move that blood forward to the brain.
Dr. Gordon Avey and Dr. Carl Kern are the pioneers of continuous chest compression CPR. Both are cardiac researchers at the Sarver Heart Center in Tucson and professors at the University of Arizona College of Medicine. They explain with continuous chest compression CPR, you don't check for a pulse, clear the airway, or do mouth-to-mouth breathing. All you do is pump on the chest.
In cardiac arrest, the heart is actually fibrillating and not pumping any blood forward at all. So it's only when you press on the chest that you're squeezing the heart and making a heartbeat. So your chest compression, each chest compression, is their heartbeat. And if you stop for anything, blood flow to the brain stops.
These chest compressions should be performed even if the victim is gasping.
Gasping is a sign of cardiac arrest. And we have so many people that tell us, oh, my husband was snoring last night, woke up this morning and he was gone. So that gasping is critically important. It's been reported